you are the first who actually one of the first who tried the new machine, because we have been talking about this internally for a while and finally it came true, which obviously our H3 was a great success, but we really believe that this one are going to be a game changer. It's going to be much more easier, much more affordable. And well, since you have tried them all, you can really give the great opinion, your professional opinion about all this machine compared to others.
And honestly, I promise you, I'm not going to be a bias, but this time there's so much to brag about this machine because it's a brand new machine. It's officially the H4. So I think, and first of all, I want to thank amiea because they really put a lot of thought into this machine, and they're just like very focused and make our life as a permanent makeup artist easier. So this is like the best representation.
Yeah, oh, that's wonderful. Thank you for these kind words. And hello, everyone. Lara. Hello, Lara. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much. Also, Jessica and Gil, thank you for joining us. So, yes, please, if you have any questions, ask because not many have tried this machine yet. But really, there is nothing to stop you. It's 490 euros. I mean, and it's really, really amazing. It doesn't mean that anything become worse because of the price. We just heard you and we try to create something still powerful. It is incredible quality, but affordable for everyone. So, Cecilia, how long did you have this machine already?
Well, it's been about a few weeks, and I've been using it in every single treatment that I've been doing. So whether it's eyeliner, lip blush, lip color, eyebrows, powder brows, hair strokes. It's like amazing. And I think the most important thing that I want to, I mean, there's so many things, but the price is right. And I think that's so important because we want to have a very accessible machine for everybody, especially with great technology. Because not only because it's a German technology and everything that made in Germany is very well, whether it's a dishwasher, a car, or whatever it is, this machine is not the exception. Uh, Amiya always has been like very well known by the quality, the pigments, the cartridges, and everything. But I feel like having a great machine with a good price, it's like the best that we can ask for. So thank you for doing that. If anybody is interested in buying this machine, I have it here with me. It comes in 3 colors. And this is the silver one. There's rose and, well, pink and gold. So whatever the preference is, but this is super affordable. I mean, I bet everybody watching here cannot deny that you charge more than $450 for a brows. So
Exactly.
if you can hear, leave me a comment, but you can afford this. Like one client and you can just pay this off. And this machine is awesome. So I really like the price. I think it's awesome. But there's more to it that I want to talk to you about, Anastasia, because it's a game changer. And I know it sounds like she's selling it. She's not. I'm not. I'm really excited because I know you are going to love it. So let's dig in.
So, what made you most excited about trying the Amir Pulse for the first time? What, like, because I know you work with H3, our boundless machine, so which is this one is have 3.0 stroke length as well. So, what made you most excited about it?
Well, I would say the first one and most important is the fact that it has a SensiDrive. So what is this? And it's a game changer again. I mean, I'm not kidding. What happened with this machine is that it has 2 modes. And I want to show you how this works because first of all, the button is right here, which I really like because, sometimes you're manipulating the machine and you don't really want to turn your machine off or on. So I like the fact that the button is here right now. So I'm going to press, and one more time. Hang on a second. There you go. Okay, so now it's running. Because if you click, I'm sorry, I didn't show you, but if you click once, it's just going to start the display here, which I really like the display too.
The first time we have actually the LED display, which is great.
Yes, that's a game changer too, because you really want to know what is the voltage, what's the megahertz, and everything around the functioning of the machine and the settings that you're choosing. So if you click once, the display will come up, and if you click twice, then the machine is going to start. So what is the SensiDrive, and why is such a big deal? It is a big deal because, okay, so when you click and you hold the button here, the on and off, and then you click on the plus, so it has you can go down with speed or you can go up. So when you hold the button and you click on the plus button, you see it changed to R. And I'm going to click again, I'm going to click again, and then it changed to S. So S and R. So what are these? The S is like a constant. The machine is constantly injecting and reciprocating the needle on and on and on and off. So this S stands for steady. So when steady, right, it's just like one steady pace. But when you change to R, that changes the game because this is now a smart machine, meaning that it's going to adjust to the skin type that you're working with. Now, what is the difference between these two, right? So steady is the S, and R is the responsive. So you can change whatever you like. Now, if talking about resistance, if you're in a steady pace, that means that the machine is going to be stronger. So the needle is going to hit harder the skin and in a constant manner. But when you change to responsive, it's going to adjust to the skin type that you're working with. And why is so important? Because we have so many different skin types. There's not three. I mean, we can group them in three, but everybody's so different. And the areas that we work with, they're different too. So you can have very thin lips and you can have very thick lips, or you can have very thin skin for the brows, or you can have very thick skin for the brows. So what happens is with the responsive is that the machine has already like an algorithm, if you want to call it that way, just like Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
It's an algorithm. It recognizes that the skin is a little tougher and it's going to go a little stronger. And when the skin is a little thinner, it's going to go a little softer. So this responsive basically works for all more sensitive treatments like, I don't know, let's say eyeliner, shaded eyeliner, maybe very thin lips, lip blush, things like that. They need some more delicate touch. So you change to responsive. So I think that helps. But yeah, S, steady, strong, if you want to call it that way. Steady, we call it in amiea steady, but we can call it strong. And then the responsive is just the intelligence of the machine adjusting to what you're working with.
And I believe the beginners can really benefit from steady and responsive modes, because if we work on some sensitive skin, or when we're not sure, I think the responsive mode can be like kind of like the lifesaver, just in case if we do something wrong. I assume machine will recognize the more pressure, if correct me if I'm wrong, and will somehow soft it up.
Absolutely. That's why I think it's a game changer, because if you're a beginner and you are afraid of choosing the right machine for you, choosing the right strength, the stroke, like all these things that you are not really familiar with because you're starting, you're building up your experience, this machine is going to give you that. So if you put it in R, and the responsive, it's going to keep you safe. It's going to back you up, and it's going to think for you how the machine is going to hit the skin.
So basically, it's soften up the hits from in a responsive mode.
Right. And then you also have in the display, you have the option to see like the voltage. So if you hold the on and off button and the minus, it'll give you the option to choose between, see if you can see it there,
Mm-hmm.
light reflecting. And if I hold it again, it's going to give me the hertz.
Mm-hmm.
So you can go from volts to hertz. And why is this matter? So when we talk about strength of the machine, and we talk about stroke, we talk about force, torque, all these things, right, that makes the machine stronger and working in a certain manner, we really relate to volts. So when you choose volts, think about that strength. Now, this machine is a 3.0 stroke, right? So,
Mhm.
and I know, should we tell them
Yes, let's tell them.
what's coming? Okay, so there's a 2.5 machine coming, and that's going to be a shorter stroke. And we talk about these, and if you have questions about that, go to the feed, amiea feed, and there's a live when we really dig into what the difference is about stroke and the length of the stroke in each machine. But in this machine specifically, when you choose volts, you're talking about strength. But when you choose in hertz, talks about speed. So when you see the H, I think, how do you abbreviate to? Let me see. It's HZ.
Hmm.
So we talk about
Hurts.
speed. So see, these machines, just starting with this live, we're talking about 4 fundamental keys for a machine to perform well: stroke, strength, speed, and smart, right? So, I mean, and I'm going to keep going because this is just the beginning. There's so much to it. So, I don't know if you guys want to ask anything. Hi, Alice. Um, have you ever tried the machine? Leave a comment here, whoever tried the machine. And if you're not in the live, leave a comment in the comment section because we want to know what you guys think about this machine.
Yeah, because this live will be posted on Instagram and on our YouTube channel, so it will be a great help for someone who haven't. Because I received so many questions about machine. That's why I was so much in rush to make this live, because I can refer everyone to see that, so we can really find out all the in and out about that. And at what we're talking about, even our slogan is soft as feather, strong as diamond, soft as feather, and it's for a reason. Because yes, it is strong, it is powerful, but at the same time, it's soft and it's sensitive.
Yes. So definitely something that you want to have, not just for beginners. I mean, I think that's awesome to have that option as a beginner, but also like as an advanced practitioner, because sometimes the machine can do those things for you. It does that thinking for you. Actually, it happened to me. So I was in Mexico for a couple of weeks and I was doing treatments. I have my clients there for years and years. And so I was like, okay, I was working with very thick skin. I think Hispanic background has more thicker skin than Caucasian. And so when I was working with this machine there, I was like, wow, it's really like adjusting. Because please leave a comment here and tell me, have you ever worked with somebody who has very thick skin and you almost think like, this needle is not sharp enough? Should I change my needle? Because it happened to me many times before where I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is not sharp enough, so it doesn't penetrate the skin. So this machine adjusts to that need where you actually go like, it's actually penetrating. So, okay, so I'm going to keep it simple because maybe I'm going too technical here. amiea North America. Yes, so true. So, isn't it? So these won't happen with this machine to you ever again because it injects. So first treatment that I did with this machine, that's what I experienced. First, it was injecting. Also, I noticed like the cartridges actually pull more pigment out of the needle. So the injection is good, the penetration is good, even with very thick skin. And so I don't know. I feel like sometimes it's hard to believe that just one machine can offer you so much, but it does offer all the needs that goes around our permanent makeup industry, because again, we work with different, not just the skin type, but like the effects that we want to display on the skin, and different thickness, different porous, different textures. So different ages, the age of the skin varies. So hi from India.
Hello from
Hello
India. Hello.
everybody. How cool.
And we also have questions, so you can choose to display hertz or volts. I believe it's
Yes,
from, you can make a choose what you want to see on the display.
correct. So by holding the start button, you click the minus at the same time, and it'll give you the opportunity to change to volts to hertz. So
Which
I
is
think
so
that's pretty
helpful
cool.
because not everyone like know hertz or volts. So when this is a super, advanced, because when you can just choose whatever is you understand more and what is suiting you more.
Right. And then again, you can, but just remember the machine needs to be off. So when it's off, you have the chance to do that. While it's operating, you can't do that. But like you turn it off, you look at the screen, and and then you can, with the minus is the volts and the hertz, and with the plus is the SensiDrive. To S is the S in the resistance. So R
Hmm.
is the responsive, and the S is the steady pace.
Yeah.
So
And also, there's another important thing, which I'm sure you noticed, is the weight. It's only 130 grams and it's ergonomic. So the ergonomic design is so important. And how would you think it's influenced the comfort and precision during long session?
I mean, it's everything, because honestly, I have to say, I notice it's lighter, but I also notice like the H3 is light too. You know what I'm saying? Like that, it's not, if you come from a different brand, it's going to be a huge difference. But if you're coming from amias, it's not going to be a huge difference. It's going to be a small improvement because the machines are already light. And why it's so important? Because you can work for hours. I mean, there's days that you start at 9 a.m. and you finish at 6 p.m. nonstop. So your hand will get tired over time. So, of course, you want a machine that is going to be light and it's not going to be a burden for you to work with. So, yeah, that's definitely very important. Also, the fact that it's wireless, since you guys found the way to put more machines wireless out there, I just feel so good because it just gives you freedom. You can move around. You're not fighting with a cable. You're not putting around your neck. Like it's great. Like you can move around, and the way that you can be comfortable with working with your client, because sometimes you're like limited to
Yeah.
be maybe on one side of the chair, because that's how the cable goes, and you don't want to mess around with that. And with this, it's just like move around, find a
Yeah.
way that is comfortable for you, because you're going to be there for hours working, so your comfort is very important.
And the important part that, of course, these batteries are rechargeable, but this time, if H3, it was a specific design battery, which you can only if you want some extra, or if you lost it, or if it's not enough for you, you have to purchase them from our website or suppliers or distributors. With this machine, we tried to make it as flexible as possible. We created a separate battery, and this battery, it's easy, it's very affordable, it's easy to replace, it's easy to buy. It's a standard, well, it's not quite standard, but it's a battery which you can buy on Amazon or in a professional photography shop. So you can have as many as you want, just in case if you work so much and you don't have time to charge, and two batteries for you is not enough. So I think this is it's a really important touch.
That is a huge one too. It's like, oh my gosh, if I don't know how to put it in my priority list because they're all so important. So I really love that. Okay, so I want to show you. So the battery looks like this. And like Anastasia said, you can order this from Amazon. So if your battery for some reason get wet or breaks, you can always buy more. You can, and it's so accessible. Like sometimes you can even find it at a hardware store. So they're easy to find. The price is right again. And you can have 8, 10, whatever, you're not going to worry about that anymore. Now, needless to say, one battery is going to last a long time. So I kind of been testing, of course, in different weather changes. When I was in Mexico, it was so nice and warm, so the battery lasts longer. It wasn't hot. It was just perfect weather. Here in the United States, it's very cold. So the battery, I noticed, lasts a little less. But you can do 2 or 3 treatments. Like I would say, yeah, 2 or 3 hours, maybe 4 hours with the battery in a normal temperature. I think it's pretty good. So I don't really like exchange batteries, but once. That's it, during my day work. But again, if you want to, like, I don't know, maybe you have more work than I do, you work longer hours, you can have extra batteries. And I think that's really nice. The charger looks like this. So basically, this is just where it plugs to the wall, to the outlet. And then you easily place the battery here and start charging. So.
And from in your experience, how fast do we charge?
Very fast. I would say, I mean, really fast. Like the other day, I was like, I didn't charge the machine, completely forgot about it, and I put it like 10 minutes. I'm not kidding, 10 minutes, and I got 2 bars. Like it was like ready to go. I did a full treatment. So yeah, it charges really, really fast. And yeah, I mean, then you don't have to worry about, I think that was a win-win for us artists and for you guys because I know as a manufacturer you have more, like chances of replacing batteries, or because they don't last forever. We know that. We see that on cell phones, we see that in electrodomestics, and it's always a case where the battery is not going to be a forever thing. So I think that's a really good thing that
And another
the
thing
option
that
you have.
sometimes we are very forgetful because we need to take a lot of things. Let's say if you go to another country, like you travel a lot, and it's very often happen that you just forgot your batteries or you forget your replacement. So in any country, you can find this battery easily and get yourself a replacement, which is also very handy. So you're not really stuck. Or you forgot your charger, for instance, which also can happen. And I think, yeah, it's a really cool feature.
I really like it. I do. I feel like it's just keep your life easier. Like don't worry about those things. And even if you forget the batteries, because sometimes that happens. You move from location to location, or maybe you're traveling around. Whatever you're doing in the permanent makeup industry, you can always find those batteries. You're not. Also, another plus I discovered, traveling with the batteries. You know how the airports are very picky about traveling with lithium batteries and things like that. So that's
Yeah.
another thing. You can just, don't worry about it because it's just a simple battery. There's nothing, you can remove it from the machine and you can easily travel with it. I have no issues with that going back and forth from Mexico and here.
Yeah, actually, I never thought about that, but it's a very good point. And if we have any concern, you can take the battery out, and so is everything is clear. So actually, it's really
Hmm.
great. And since
Yeah.
you worked with pretty much all the machines we have and many other machines, so what would you say? Which technique or treatment do you think Pulse performs the best?
That's a really difficult question. I I like everything. I promise you, I'm not a bias. I'm not trying to just give you the right answers here to sound good. I work with hair strokes a lot because it's kind of like my specialty. And I really, really like the performance of this machine. especially when I was in Mexico because I was working with thicker skin,
Hmm.
and it takes a while for me to go back and do touch ups. You know, it's not like I'm here and my client can come back at any time. So, you know, as an artist, that the ink is really implanted right. So you see what you need to see. And I felt comfortable like knowing that this is not even going to need a touch up at all because it's so well implanted. So that was one thing. I did, of course, powder brows. I did a combination of strokes, nano strokes with powder brow. It's beautiful. I have done lips, beautiful too. So you really have to try it because you might think she's just saying no, no, no. Please order this machine and try it and see it with your own eyes how it works. But I think for everything is really good.
Yeah, oh, it's so great to hear. And if you compare, since we have probably some people watching that who already have H3 or who have H2, I believe by fitness, would you compare fitness of this machine with H2 or H3?
H3 definitely. I feel like the body is very similar. Um, so, I mean, H2 and H3 they're very similar too. So I feel like H2, H3, and 4 are very similar with the body and the thickness, which I really like. I don't prefer thin machines just because I feel like it takes a lot of pressure out of your hands. You're
Mm-hmm.
not you holding tight. So I really like that. But you know, it's thick or thicker. It's not super thick, but I mean, this is like what is the thickness? Maybe like an inch, not
So,
even an inch,
yeah, we'll have
because
to.
it goes like thick to a little bit narrow here on the tip,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, and I have very small hands, so I mean, it's so easy to grab, and it's so light. You know, when you're doing shading, it's not heavy at all, which I have experienced before with other machines that there's a point here where it hurts here, or
Mm-hmm.
it's like you need to
Yeah.
take a break because it's like ow, 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 ow. So I don't feel that way with this machine.
Yeah. And what would you say the main difference? Because I know for the fact you have 3.0 H3 machine and now you start working with that one. So what would you say the main difference? I know H3 is also great and I know you love it a lot, but is it any difference, noticeable difference you can say that with what this machine does differently?
I would say the intelligence, the fact that it can adapt, you feel it. I think that's the most noticeable thing that I can tell you. The other thing is that I feel like the stroke always matters to me, at least. I do prefer to work with stronger machines. 3.0 is kind of like the best way for me to work. But I know again, we talk about the pressure and how hard you press with the machine. So light-handed, heavy-handed. So I'm more like light-handed. So I always prefer something stronger. And but for the people that they're on the other side, 2.5, it's better way. I mean, it's all about the stroke, is how the needle is gonna hit the skin, right? Remember that
Hmm.
hammer that I
Yeah,
got?
we
So
remember
the
you have
hammer,
a.
yeah, hammer 3.0 is hard than 2.5 stroke. So it really comes to a preference. I think it's really good that Amiya has that two options, and you can choose whatever works best for you. In my preference, 3.0 is best, but I really like if I have to compare the H2, the H3 with this machine, is the adaptability that this machine has to offer.
Mhm. Wow, it's so great. I'm so happy that you like it and you experience it. And exactly like we said, it has so many cool features and the price is absolutely amazing. I mean, where else you find such a German engineered machine for 490 euros, or I believe it's just over 500 US dollars, so which is a really good price with a warranty and with a support. So it's definitely the game changer. I hope so.
Yes. 2 year
And just
guarantee,
outside
right?
of performance, do you think Pulse changes also the client experience, like the comfort, the speed of your work, the gentleness, or so on?
Absolutely. That's a very good point because when you have a machine that is injecting efficiently, more efficiently, because I have that before. See, this is the thing. It's like, I mean, all the other machines were really good for me. So this is just like a cherry on top. But yes, you finish faster. Your client feel less discomfort, which if you get any, I mean, there's people that are very sensitive, but let's say you have a very sensitive client. Yeah, the sensitivity is going to be less because you're working less. So if you work less, you get less trauma, you get better results. And of course, you're going to get a happy client because they're going to go, okay, okay, that's it. And it doesn't hurt. So yes, everything matters. You know, all the little details in this industry for this type of performance are super important. Like that's why it's like everything is a big deal because it is.
Yeah. And also don't forget that we mentioned it in our USPs is Chinese Cheyenne's power, amiea finis. So basically it is came from Cheyenne, which is a well-established brand. It's also part of Derm. For someone who doesn't know, amiea is a part of Derm company who also produce Cheyenne. We also have Artist brand, which now part of amiea. So actually, you do have the power of Cheyenne tattoo machine, but adapted for permanent makeup. So that's why the true power meet PMU, which is it's really something. There's many years of research. It's been tested, and it's really something.
Yes, it's like you put the best of both worlds in just one machine. All the experience of body tattooing, because I mean, you're working with very thick skin when you're working on legs, you
Yeah,
know, or anything in the body. Well, some areas in the body, but most of
yeah,
them are. And then all the experience, all the knowledge, like it's been trapped in this machine through the years. And then Amia, super master into permanent makeup and the the delicate skin, all the delicate side of permanent makeup, you know, because working with
yeah.
eyelids and lips and it's a different also for paramedical too. Like that's something that I haven't honestly used it for, but I know it's gonna be a really good features because when you work on say scalp for I don't know maybe scar camouflage on the scalp, I know it's going to perform well. And same thing if you work with breast areola and reconstruction, it's a more delicate skin, and so and most of the times they coming from surgery and the skin is already
Mhm.
traumatized, so you don't really have a lot of time to mess around. You really have to be prepared with a good machine that's going to perform well at the first time.
Yeah. And also the low vibration helps it as well because it is low vibration and ergonomic design, which basically you have a steady pigment flow and total flexibility and the hygiene.
Yes. So if you have a machine right now, like I don't know what you're doing. Like I don't know what else you want. You need to get this machine in your hands and start working with it and prove by yourself that this
Yeah.
is going to change your work, it's going to change your results, it's going to make your life actually easier, and it's going to reduce the time of work, which I think it's greatly appreciated by us technicians and
Yeah.
clients as well.
hmm And the SensiDrive technology, it's like pulses, always listens. It listens to the skin. It responds, it feels to the skin, it adapts to the rhythm. So it's just like a little helper. Well, it's not that little running alongside you, which is I believe it's really great because when it's help you to deliver precision and power for every skin type and every technique.
Yes, absolutely. I'm gonna clean my camera. I don't know. It's driving me crazy. Looks like I don't know. It's like foggy almost. Maybe it's the window. It's the
I think
glare of
it's,
the
yes, it's a
window.
window. It's just too much light because you are facing the window. If it was different way
Yeah.
around, maybe it would be better light. But anyway, wow, you are really, I'm so excited that we made this live, and you shared all your insights about this machine. It will be posted on Instagram and on our YouTube. So everyone who still thinking about getting it or not, or want to know more, please watch it. If you have any more questions, just comment under this live or on our YouTube page. We will make sure to answer you. And you can get this machine online at shop.amiea.com, which can be shipped in most of EU countries, Canada and US, or for our distributors. And don't forget to use Cecilia code. Cecilia, you want to
Yeah.
shout out?
Absolutely. Yeah. You can get 10% off in every order. And I mean, it's before Christmas. That's a perfect gift to give yourself for the rest
Yeah.
of the year. So go ahead and check it out in the website. But I think it's something that you really, really have to have this machine and pair it with good cartridges,
Yes. And
good
Cecilia
pigment.
code is the Cecilia 10. If you
Yes.
forget it, just please go to Cecilia web page and you can find Instagram page and you can find it there. And please follow Cecilia Instagram and her because she always shares so much knowledge and she give it absolutely free with so much passion and excitement. So please give Cecilia and her work also some love. And we are really appreciative of you and so happy to have you with us all those years.
Well, thank you for having me, and thank you for everybody to took the time to listen to this podcast, not podcast, live. And yeah, if you have questions, anything that you want to know beforehand, if you're thinking about getting the machine, just send me a DM. It's always me behind, and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you might have. And I actually have people reaching out asking me about the machine. So I'm very happy that it's getting like um, out there. And again, it's accessible for everybody because it's very affordable. Like, I mean, $500, it's super easy to purchase, and it comes pretty quickly too. So that's the other thing, because you might think, well, it's in Germany, it's going to take forever. No, it doesn't take forever. Sometimes it takes just a few days and the machine is right here. So yeah, don't think about it too much. Go for it and enjoy the wonderful feature that all features that this machine has for you.
Oh, thank you so much, Cecilia. So much love for you, and thank you for joining us and finding time as always. We really appreciate you and we love you.
Thank you. I love you too. I love
Oh,
Amia, and thank you for having me here in this wonderful space, and have a wonderful holidays. I hope you have a blessed Christmas and have a wonderful time with your family and friends. And we'll be around here. So if you need me, you know where to find me.
oh, and the same for you. Have a fabulous Christmas. Have a great time. I hope your dog is also doing well. It's so beautiful. It's grown so much. And yes, anything you need, we stay in touch.
Sounds good. Bye, everybody. Thank you for listening. I'll see you next time.
Bye. Bye,
Bye.
Cecilia. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Bye. See you soon.